All right, welcome to your review for the second test of the year. Anyways, so here we are. We're going to talk about the second test. I'm going to go through every single problem. As I go through these, I might think of other questions that I might decide to put on the test, so on and so forth. You want a multiple choice test? This one probably will be multiple choice, assuming I can get the time to type it, because that actually does take me a lot longer time. So let's look at this question. Which of these has a parent function have a domain of z? Notice this is a bracket 0. So we're equal to 0, greater than or equal to, and the only one that should be like that is a square root. Now you need to make sure that if you want to do this, go through that worksheet that had parent functions and try to make sure you understand which ones were, all real numbers, greater than, equal to, that type of thing. Which parent functions have a domain of all real? Well, you've got your constant, which we haven't really seen too much of. You've got your linear, you've got your cubic, and your quadratic. Let's do this in order. So I'm looking at the notes as I'm doing this. Quadratic, cubic. You don't have the square root. You do have the absolute value. That was hard to read. Let's redo that. Cubic, absolute value, absolute value. What else? Logarithmic, no. Exponential, yes. Rational, oh, it's all real, but 0, so no. Okay, so pretty much all of them. Okay, so kind of keep that in mind. Remember, when you go from negative infinity to positive infinity on those notes, that means you're doing all real numbers. Negative infinity, positive infinity, the same thing as all real. Alrighty? Okay, moving on to the next part. Okay, so this one, apparently, I forgot to hit play to record, so oops. So you can already see the answers here. But you can see that this one goes through 1, it's curving up, that's exponential. This one is a square root because it starts at 0, kind of has like a little half thing and kind of goes there. So there you go, those two. These really shouldn't be that hard. If you've got that parent functions worksheet, that should make it easier. Okay, this time I hit resume when I got what I wanted. Okay, number 5 here. So this one's number 5. Which parent function have domain? This should actually be parent functions. Have a domain and range of all real numbers. Okay, the ones that have domain and range, linear and cubic. Absolute value has the domain of all real, but not the range. Logarithmic has greater than 0, but not, it has a range of all real, but not the domain. Exponential has a domain of all real, but not the range. Rational is all real, but 0. So kind of keep in mind the different characteristics that some of these problems have. All right. So here I want you to identify and then tell me the transformation that occurred. So here I have that this is right there I can tell that's a cubic. So this is a cubic equation. Transformations, because of this minus, that's a reflection. And then because of this up 4 or plus 4, it shifted up 4. Okay, this one, there's no minus. Oh wait, first off, you can tell based on this little bit, it's a square root, square root, square root. And then there's no minus here in the front, so I don't need to worry about reflection. This 2/3 means that this is a vertical compression. Notice how this radical symbol, that's what a square root symbol is called, radical, extends over to 3. So that's like this is in parentheses. So that's a -3 there. And again, when we're inside that parentheses, we kind of go the opposite direction. So that -3 means I'm going to the right 3. That's pretty much it for that one. Oh, that was so hard, sir. Oh, that was so easy. Let's go. Next one. Resume the recording. Oh, which one could this one be? Oh, there's a log there. Could it be logarithmic? Some of these should be fairly easy. Exponential, you'll see the x in the exponent. Rational, you'll see the x at the bottom of a fraction. Because rational, remember, the word ratio means a fraction. Because you have a ratio, you have one over the other type thing. Anyways, all right. there are nothing in the front, so I don't need to worry about that. This is in the parentheses, so that means I shift to the left 7, and then I've got this minus 3, which means I'm going down 3. I mean, and keywords here, I may word this differently, but I mean, look for keywords like left and down, and kind of go from there. Here, because of this negative in the front, I have a reflection. And then because of the 2 here before the parentheses, that gives me a vertical stretch. I'll probably type something like vertical stretch factor 2. We'll here put by 2. Then because of this plus 2 here, that's kind of in the parentheses, well, not kind of, it is in the parentheses, that would mean I'm going to the left 2. And then because of this minus, I'm going down 2. Going down, no, we don't want to go down, but we're going down with the ship. No, anyways, so there you go. There's those, and that's it for that. So kind of keep in mind, like, what do these numbers mean? And again, use that formula that I keep telling y'all that should helpfully summarize the transformations on your note card. Now, they want us to go through these and write a function based on the verbal description. Okay, so here's a quadratic function. So I'm going to put here f of x, f of x, f of x, and down here f of x. Okay, so I've got a quadratic function, which means I'm going to be dealing with an x squared. So I'm going to keep that in mind, x squared. Reflection. Okay, reflection means I've got a negative. Vertical compression. Okay, vertical compression and stretches go in the front. So this 1/5 goes in the front. Nothing after that, so then it's just x squared and I'm done. See? Easy. Exponential function. Exponential functions are going to be 2 to the x. Shift up 3 means I'm going to put a plus 3 at the end, and I'm done. If I had said to the left or to the right, I would have been up here in the parentheses with that, if I had been doing to the left or to the right. And if I decided to do a vertical compression, it would go in front of this 2. This 2 makes up the exponential function. Logarithmic function base 2. That means I'm going to put, log 2. Okay. Nothing about reflection, nothing about vertical compression, so nothing here in the front. Shift left 3. That means something goes into with the x in parentheses. To the left means I'm going plus 3. And then I'm going to go down 4. And notice that's outside the parentheses. Square root function. That means I'm going to be dealing with a square root symbol. Okay, I've got a reflection, so I've got a negative. I got a vertical stretch, so I got a 5. Then I can put the square root. To the left 3, so plus 3. And then up 4, up 4. And you should see that, make sure that that doesn't extend over that. So that's, like, number 13 is kind of the most difficult one there is. And you can kind of see how easy that can be. So kind of go from there. All right, so let's do finally the last little bit right here. Okay, I'll show you the other picture in a second, but let's write a function based on the graph below. Okay, first off, what kind of function is that? That's a U-shaped function, so you know it's got to be quadratic. So it's quadratic. Is there a reflection? No. Did it go to the left or to the right? I'm sorry. And again, on these, all you're worrying about is there a reflection to the left or to the right and up or down. Okay? You're not going to have to worry about stretch or compression for this part. So there's nothing to the left or to the right. It just goes up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up 5. So that means then this is f of x is equal to x squared plus 5. And that's it. You're done. See? Fairly simple. So let's look at the other ones. Okay, so this one you should be able to tell is a absolute value. Notice that it's facing down, so that means it has a reflection. It did go sideways. It went to the 1, 2, 3, 4, left 4, but there is no up or down because normally absolute value is right here on the 0, 0. It just went straight across. Okay, so that means f of x here is equal to negative, because of the reflection, absolute value, left 4, so that means x plus 4, close it, and that's it. Okay, now for the next one, we have a square root. Again, normally a square root goes like this and is up. Notice this one is down, so that's a reflection. It's normally at 0, instead it's right there, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, right 3. And then I'm going down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down 5. So this is a square root, so that means f of x, negative, then put the square root, x minus 3, because the right 3 is minus 3, and down 5 would be minus 5. And there's your equation. That's it. You're done. There you go. I mean, this test shouldn't be hopefully that hard. I mean, hopefully y'all do really well with this. Make sure you can kind of fit what you can. Here, I'm going to add a photo here. And how you can squeeze all of this in is up to you. You know, I'll say that you need to have this in here, but you need to somehow squeeze all those in. The functions here, let's take another picture here. You know, get this into your note card also. Make a note card. Take the time. That will really help. I mean, a lot of y'all, you're just kind of leaving it blank, and, well, that doesn't make sense. Anyways, so there you go. You got this. Hopefully we'll have this down. I want to see nothing but good grades. And, hey, y'all have been doing amazing. Thank you so much for your patience, and let's just keep up the good work, all right? Thanks a lot. Y'all take care.